EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, set to get this one started. Off we go from U.S. Bank Stadium. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. 27-yard line. Now first carry here for Keaton Mitchell. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Wolf. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. At their own 39-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing right away is Allen. That's caught. Down the field is Tillman. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
First carry now for Jaden Blue. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. That's his 2nd catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Blue. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
A run on 1st and goal. Oh, making defenders look silly out there. On his way into the end zone. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Detroit. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, set! Go!
They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Chop Robinson, the man to bring him down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7.
60 by.
Out of the gun, Ward. That's caught. It's Isaac to Slot. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Fake the handoff. Now Ward. His throw, left side, for Slaw. He's got it. And they'll get about half of what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Mitchell. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive. So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Forced the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Bronco 80.
They snap it to Ward. He's got his tight end. That's Johnson. And he will have that 1st down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end.
This one batted in the air and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You talk about a well-rounded play from the entire defensive front, Mike. I mean, not only do they generate the pressure to force the bad throw, but then the big boy up front, he actually gets his hands on the ball and picks it off. I watched the D-line coach on the sideline losing his mind, and I'll be honest with you, I don't blame him.
They'll throw on first down with Allen. He will find his man. That's the rookie from Ohio State. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. A gain there of 20. First down, Detroit.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
He finds Devontae Smith, and he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up first and goal.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Off the play fake, here's Allen. That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
I can tell you from experience, Mike, that is going to be on his mind the rest of the week. It's one thing to drop a ball. That's going to happen every now and then. But when you do it and it takes away a touchdown, man, that stings. So we can talk short-term memory all we want. I can promise you, this guy, he's hoping to get another shot at it.
To the end zone, it's intercepted. And the Vikings will take over at their own 14-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Here we go, set. Panther 60, Panther 60.
The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. So this is where things get tricky. They work all week with the pass rush, Mike, to move the quarterback off his spot. They don't want these NFL quarterbacks in rhythm, hitting the top of their drop, and delivering the ball on time.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. The former Nittany Lion, Chop Robinson, getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Ward. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. So, a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Lions who have the early lead. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Off play action, it's Ward. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2. On the handoff, here comes Mitchell. And a nice run. He's got a first down tackle made right at the 35-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. But they stop him for no gain.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Ward. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. 3rd down coming up.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep it short with the 1st down. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals, but in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
At their own 38-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Now Allen. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. That's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
He'll get this one to his safety valve. Complete. 11 yards on the connection there. Good for a Lions 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
To throw on 1st and 10, Allen. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Man in motion is Smith. Allen goes with a pop pass.
Devontae Smith, the ball carrier. He was down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. And this ball incomplete on third down.
All right, so in these third and short, third and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have fourth down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging fourth down decision.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line.
Project X, this ain't what you want.
Ready, let's go.
On first down, right back to Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be second down.
At the 24-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Get it.
Throwing, Ward. He'll look for Mitchell out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
A pickup of 14 on that one. It'll be a Vikings first down.
First and 10 at
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
First and 10.
Buffalo 18.
Back to throw is Ward. Throw here down the field will fall incomplete. Isaac Tesla was the intended target. And it'll lead to a second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
Warriors 70. Ready.
To the air again, Ward. And that is incomplete.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
Ready.
Second and 10.
Bronco 80. 18. 19.
Ward to throw again. And he's open middle of the field. It is caught. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And 10 yards to go.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Let's go.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. It is brought in the end zone. Amon-Ra, safe ground. Touchdown, Vikings. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. A short one taken at the 10. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
On first down, Allen. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted.
That's about as bad as it can possibly get. Like, we're only one play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So we're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. He'll take it at the 12. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line.
38-yard line.
First and 10, and it's Allen. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good game on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
Vikings take over.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away. And that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he's going to take this all the way back. 87 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. What a start to the second half. They come right out of the locker room and take it all the way to the end zone for 6.
Mike, we got to find out what that halftime speech was by that coach, because apparently it worked. I mean, talk about a dream start here. You find yourself at halftime, you're regrouping, we want to come out in the third quarter and establishing rhythm and momentum. And boy, do they do that here with their kickoff unit, returning it for 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
24-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Ward. That's right side and into the hands of Tismaw. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
13 yards.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
49-yard line.
Ready? Hop, 220, hop. Here we go, here we go. Ready?
Shotgun snap for Wolf. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Chop Robinson in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Here we go, shot, hook.
Out of the gun, Ward. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
28-yard line.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8. 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. That's the Laporta on the tight end screen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Here we go. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Detroit.
Throwing again, it's Allen. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he'll be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's pick up a 9. Is going to set up 2nd and 1.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Jacobs. And he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run. On 3rd down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Couldn't take the chance. He's going to return it from the goal line. Oh, no fair catch, and he pays the price. Big shot to make sure this return didn't even get started. On first down, it's Mitchell. And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Well, that run came at the perfect time, Mike. Anytime you find yourself backed up near your own goal line, the goal is to just start with one first down. They were able to get it here. Now you give a little breathing room, a little room to operate. Fresh set of downs. Keep this drive alive.
To the right side, that's St. Brown. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. It's a gain of 16, and it's two nice plays to begin this drive. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up first and 10. A give to Mitchell. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, here's Ward. Quick slant caught by St. Brown. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
First and 10.
Now it's Ward. That is caught downfield. It's Johnson, the tight end. A gain there of 27 yards.
27 more yards.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
On play action, it's Ward. A throw on the move is caught. And the Vikings are looking at a first and goal. He takes it all the way down to the 2.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with...
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Peyton Mitchell. Touchdown, Vikings. Now the try for an extra point. It's up and through. The Vikings will extend this third-quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll grab it at the 12. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's Allen now on first and 10. He'll get this complete left side to Johnston. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. That run good for a dozen. Very quick first down.
First down, Lions.
Alert!
On first and 10, it's Allen. That's taken in left side by Smith. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
Hey, Mike, you know the best time to pick up first downs is? On first downs. Don't wait for third down. We see it here. 3 plays in a row, 3 first downs on chunk plays, and this offense is rolling.
He's taken down just shy of the 10. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Detroit. Out of the gun, here's Allen. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, And it'll set up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On second down, here's Allen. Quickly to the outside and complete. To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Lions. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Ready up. Get it. Go.
On the give, it's Mitchell. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
40-yard line.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Here we go. Here we go.
To throw is Ward. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. They'll come up here first and 10.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Give up the middle for Mitchell. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the Lions' 43-yard line.
Got it. Ready? Take it, take it.
Ringo.
Ready? What?
Back to throw is Ward. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down. They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
To the air on second down. Here's Allen going up top. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot. I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. Taking a shot downfield for Smith.
There's not a position on the field, Mike, let alone any sport, where the mental side doesn't come in and impact how well you perform. And in this case, when you've thrown 4 interceptions in one game, I think we can all safely assume some of those mental issues have seeped into his game. And if he can't get settled down, he's playing right into the hands of his defense.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Minnesota.
First down.
2-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
19 Tigers.
On the zone read, it's Mitchell.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Ready?
They'll go again with Mitchell. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring us third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Okay, ready? Here we go, here we go.
Throwing, Ward. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. They get 16 on that connection. It'll be a Vikings first down.
They might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment.
Got it, ready? Got it, line. Good, go.
They'll try to run with Mitchell. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to go backwards again. The defense coming up big. Forcing 4th down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Vikings will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. They'll stick to the ground. Yeah! And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 16 yards on the game and a quick first down. Here's first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard
They'll
line.
run. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
At the 47-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Here's second and 9. They'll run here. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one's decided. Not sure they needed to take the timeout, but we'll take it with them. The crowd cranking it up another notch before third and long. Now an option here, left side. And will be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So a win here for the Vikings. They get the home victory here in the division.